Now, if you ever have a hose timer, you know how frustrating they are to program. Most don't have a display for visual feedback, and they rely on crude buttons that you need to press in sequence like Morse codes, or a dial that's hard to read labels that you spin for set days and times that you want the spigot to open. Now, for today's episode, I'm going to be looking at the Rainpoint Wi-Fi Hub Sprinkler Timer. Now, this is probably one of the least talked about sprinklers that's out on the market that probably deserve a little bit more attention. Now, the setup for this Rainpoint is pretty easy. If you own any other smart hub device like Samsung Smart Hub or the Chamberlain Smart Garage Door, you'll know how to set up this device without even having to refer to the manual. Now, but if you haven't, the first thing you would need to do is download the Rainpoint app from the Apple Store or the Play Store, depending on your smartphone. Once installed, follow the prompts on the apps. It'll ask you to press the main buttons on the hub until it starts flashing blue. Your phones will attempt to connect directly to the smart hub, and then it'll ask you to find your home network through the 2.4 GHz band on your router. Now, this smart hub can act as a smart plug, which you can use, control, and automate from your phone. However, I could not find any method to get Google Home Assistant to voice activate it like the TP smart plugs. Now, after connecting your smart hub, it's time to connect your Rainpoint Sprinkler. And this device uses 4 AA batteries, which are supposedly enough to last the entire year, but I haven't verified since I only used this device for about 2 to 3 weeks. Now, the smart hub allows the device to be connected to the smart hub, but at the time of this video, the Rainpoint didn't offer any individual Rainpoint sprinklers on their website. Now, once you have the device powered up, press the button until it starts flashing, and use the app to add the Rainpoint Sprinkler, and pairing should be complete and instant. Now, the 4 features that make this worthwhile to buy is number 1, the Intelligent Smart app, which allows for Boolean operations to delay or skip a watering cycle based on various weather conditions for the timer. And from what I have found, the rain delay, whether it's 24 hours, 48 hours, and 72 hours, will adjust accordingly to the weather forecast in real time. So last night we had a good rain shower, and that triggered the smart controls in the app. And this triggered my Boolean operations that I programmed to delay the next watering cycle for 48 hours. And as you can see in the app, it pretty much worked as described. Now, I had the Instant Park outdoor water sprinkler for the past 2 years, and there are times when it watered the lawn when it was raining, and I was just too lazy to shut it off when it was raining. So having a device like this was a huge plus and a huge point for the Rainpoint water timer. Additionally, there's something I haven't seen in many other smart devices, that you can also program additional conditional settings for the smart plug. Now, it's like combining the TP smart plug with an IFTTT in one. Number 2 is probably the Wi-Fi remote control. This is perhaps the best feature. The timer connects to the hub through the 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi, which allows you to remotely control the watering schedule from anywhere in the world with internet access. Now, the maximum signal range between the timer and the hub is approximately 160 feet, and that's based on the area without any interference. Now, even if your Rainpoint device loses internet connection for an extended period of time, it will continue on the pre-programmed schedule until the internet is restored. However, features like the smart watering, like the rain delays or the other Boolean conditions, will be disabled until the internet is restored. Number 3 is probably the connection to optional probes that can measure the soil's moisture content and temperature, which can be used in conjunction with the timer to accurately deliver the appropriate amount of water to your plants. Now, with the additional probe, you can create additional Boolean operations to control the timer based on certain soil and weather conditions. So the 4th feature I liked about this device is that it's compatible with Alexa and Google Assistants, and this feature isn't described anywhere on the box, but you can activate the timer with voice command once your sprinkler is properly named and connected to your device like Google Home. Now, I only wish that the smart plug that was included or the smart hub could be also be voice controlled by the Google Assistants like TP-Links. Now, when it comes to cons for the device, there are a couple of things I didn't like. Number one is, even though the hose connection includes a built-in filter, but the threads on both ends are made out of plastic, which makes threading prone to stripping or misthreading, which I would rather like to see a device like this be constructed out of brass to make it more sturdy and more solid. Number two is the inability to purchase additional Wi-Fi units. As far as I can tell, you can only purchase a smart hub kit, which is in current price makes it cost prohibited. So when it comes to the third thing that I found most finicky with this Rain device is actually implementing the smart control. Now, it's pretty intuitive to set up the Boolean conditions for rain delays or adding extra watering cycle, but when it comes to actually implementing, it's based on the conditions of the weather. For instance, even though some local weather you have in the area you look outside your window and it's raining, but the app is saying it's cloudy or overcast, that's kind of a little bit annoying when you're determining where the app gets its weather information. So in the end, when it comes to getting one of these smart hub water timers for yourself, you obviously have to think of several factors. And the number one thing I always think about is the cost. Compared to one of these manual digital timers, this Wi-Fi hub does come at a significant cost, even compared to its nearest competitor like Orbitz. However, I found that the added advantage of being able to control this Wi-Fi hub from anywhere in the world and program it has its advantages, especially if you're more environmentally conscious about conserving water, especially when it comes to watering your lawn or watering your plants. But overall, I did find that this Rainpoint device worked really well, and especially accessing it from anywhere in the world. So I hope you found this video informative and interesting. Hit the like button if you did. Now, if you want to see more content from me, hit the subscribe buttons. And if you have any thoughts, comments, suggestions, leave in the section below. Until next time, happy gardening.